If you've ever unsuccessfully tried to lose weight, you're probably just like every other person out there. There are so many diets promising quick and easy fixes to losing weight, and each diet is promising to be the best one out there. The problem with dieting, though, is that it's not sustainable. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about why dieting is not the answer, what you should be doing instead, and how to lose weight without having to go through another failed diet. If you're looking to learn more about the nutrition recommendations we make with our clients, click the link in the show notes to download the Inside Out Strong Living Roadmap. All right, guys, excited for this episode today. We're going to talk about how to lose weight without dieting. So most people rely on dieting to try and lose weight. This results in people bouncing from diet to diet without any long-lasting results. Some diets don't result in any weight loss at all, but even the diets that do, where you eventually lose some weight, maybe fairly quickly, that same weight you just lost quickly seems to find its way back as soon as the diet stops. So instead of bouncing from diet to diet, it's time to try and change your lifestyle and change your habits. By shifting your thinking and beliefs about dieting to a long-term approach, you'll be capable of losing weight without ever having to follow a set diet again. So we've heard the different ones out there. There's keto and paleo, Atkins, juicing, if it fits your macros, carnivore diet. The list goes on and on. I'm probably missing thousands of diets that are out there. There's nothing wrong with any of these diets on their own. However, you've probably tried one of these or something very similar because you know someone else who tried it and lost a ton of weight and looks great. So you jump all into it and wait for the pounds to come off. Weeks can go by and you aren't seeing the results that was promised. It's probably left you frustrated, discouraged, wondering why you tried another diet that just didn't work. Or maybe you did see the pounds fly off in the first few weeks, but then after some time on the diet, you started to give in to cravings, splurge on the weekends, and end up sabotaging your progress and weight loss. So there are a few major problems with dieting that might be keeping you from reaching your weight loss goals. First, there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Second, most are not sustainable. And third, most don't take into account real life. I know how frustrating it is to bounce back and forth from diet to diet, investing your time and energy into these things to still not see the weight loss results that you're hoping for. And if that's you, I want to suggest a better alternative here today. Through our Performance PT clinic and the men I get to see make some amazing health changes through our coaching business, we've seen people struggle to lose weight despite trying a lot of different diets. The problem is never a lack of willpower or discipline. These people work hard and they're dedicated to these things. They dive all into these diets. But the problem is rather following a rigid approach that is not sustainable and does not fit with their long-term goals. So when we coach them on shifting from a dieting mindset to a lifestyle mindset, the result is a way of eating that loses weight without even feeling like you're on a diet. If you continue to struggle with dieting, I encourage you to consider shifting to a new way of eating. So let's talk about how that actually looks and how to get started. First, you have to define what's important. Diets don't take into account what's most important to you. Before going any further, if you want to see long-term success in your nutrition and your eating, you have to define what's important to you. Is it important to have convenient meals? Is it important to have high quality and low inflammatory foods? Is it important to be able to eat out with friends and family? There's no right answer to this question, but taking the time to think about what's most important in your lifestyle will guide you to how to find a way of eating that works for you. Second, so once you found out and identified what's important to you, focus on addition over subtraction. So many diets out there talk about all the things you can't have. These are restrictive diets in nature. And I think that's the wrong approach. I want you to shift from a subtraction mindset to an addition mindset. And no, this doesn't mean more sweets, treats, and eating more food necessarily. But instead of focusing on all that you can have, I'd encourage you to focus on adding high quality, nourishing foods to your eating. If you can shift more from thinking of the subtraction mindset to adding in some of these high quality things like high quality vegetables, meats, fats, nuts and seeds, and some fruits, you'll soon realize that eating doesn't have to be miserable and restrictive like a lot of these diets might make it seem. A third point here, give yourself some wiggle room because, sometimes life gets in the way. Decide how much wiggle room is right for you and do your best to stick with it. And take an honest reflection of this. This is where a lot of people tend to miss the boat. They do what maybe they want to do. They program in their wiggle room of where they want their free window to be, their cheating window. But take an honest reflection of this. Only you'll know what's best for you mentally and physically. For some people, that's an 80-20 approach. This is pretty common. where 80% of the time you eat super clean and you give yourself 20% of wiggle room for enjoying some of those things. Now, some people need a more strict approach of 90-10. Just remember, this doesn't mean going off the rails every time you're in the enjoyment phase. If it starts to feel that way, you're probably being too restrictive on yourself during the clean eating windows and turning it into another diet. So find something that works for you and keep tweaking. Remember, this is not set in stone. Fourth, we're after better over perfect. So this brings us to our point of thinking about eating better instead of perfect. This can apply to both the clean eating windows and your enjoyment windows. So whenever you can, think about how you can eat what we call one notch better. This could be swapping out white rice for cauliflower rice, or it could mean saying no to the ice cream when just the brownie will do just fine. Fifth, and our last point here, no matter what, stay the course or find a new course. Once you find something that starts to feel like it works, just stick with it. There's always opportunities to let complacency set in. And above all, you have to be honest with yourself. If you're getting consistent results, no matter how small they might be, stay the course. We're playing the long game here. If you're not getting the results you want in the short term, just keep making small tweaks until you find what works for you. So to wrap things up here, make sure that you remember one thing. If you feel like you're dieting, or if you're looking for the next best diet, you're setting yourself up for failure. It's no fun to keep spinning your wheels while being stuck in the same place you were before, but there's a better way. Imagine being able to consistently lose weight, have more energy, be more confident in your body, all without having to worry about the stresses and frustrations of dieting. It's possible with a change in your approach. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you're looking for some more guidance on this, remember you can head to the link in the show notes here to download the Inside Out Strong Living Roadmap, where we go through the nutrition recommendations we make with our clients. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys soon.